What's up, YouTube? Welcome to episode 2 of JD Plays Minecraft Feed the Beasts, the Revelation Pack, and I am away from my base. I've kind of been, doing some trading with that village, and I'm gathering some stuff up, and I've been making myself some backpacks, and I figured, I'd show you guys how I'm making these backpacks. They're the backpacks from Forestry. I really like them. So all I do is I have my crafting table on a stick, which if you remember last time, it's just a crafting table and a sign. So if we take some string, we'll take 4 of them here. We'll need to do something else first. I'm sorry. First thing we'll need is a chest. You'll need a chest for every one of these backpacks you want to make will require a chest. So the ones we've made so far are the foresting and the hunting backpack. This scoops up any monster drops. This scoops up a lot of random stuff, mostly seeds, saplings, logs, things like that. The one we're going to make right now is going to be the mining backpack. And what you'll need for this is a couple of iron ingots. You'll always need 4 pieces of string, an oak chest, and wool. This is the base setup. I've gotten all the wool by just running around in these mountains and shearing all the sheep out here. Now, to get the hunter's backpack, it's the exact same recipe. So we've got this one, and then we've got the hunting backpack just takes feathers in place of that. So we're starting to build these up. I think the builders, let's see, it's about to be nighttime, so we're about to go to sleep, but there's a builder's backpack. That one takes clay, and then there's another one that I want, the digging right here. This one just takes straight up stone. So we've got some stone cooking where we just cook some stone. I'm going to make another one right quick. Put that there. And we can go ahead and throw all this ore out now because it'll go into the mining backpack. So that'll be nice. And then get our stone. This. And these guys. And that will give us our digger's backpack. So these that I have right now, these are probably the 4 most important ones. So check this out. We have basically a full inventory of stuff right now. If we drop all this stuff out of here on the ground. Let's see how much of it goes into the actual backpacks right quick. Be an interesting little test. And while I am out in the middle of the wilderness, I do have a sleeping bag. All right, so look at that. We hardly used up any of our inventory space. Sleeping bag is very easy to make. It's just 3 wool, almost like a bed. Difference is it doesn't reset your waypoint. It just allows you to bypass night. So I'm far north of the actual village. So here's the village. Here's kind of where I've begun setting up my base. And I found these extreme hills biome, and I really like building in extreme hills. And there's a bunch of these larger marble temples. So I'm thinking I may end up deciding to build my base over here instead. Fancy, right? Now, I haven't decided that fully, but we'll go take a look at what I've done so far, and we'll kind of make our way back across. So there's lots of copper and apatite and coal and things like that up in these extreme hills biomes. And I was able to actually trade for a few emeralds to the villagers, so that's good. That's to our advantage. Kind of the reason I'm looking at potentially building here is we're on a border. We have this extreme hills, which usually has emeralds under it. Usually there's a high spawn rate for emeralds in the extreme hills biomes. But then we've got this desert right next to it, and it'll be nice to have access to all that sand for things that we may need. We could even set up like a quarry to dig up all that sand for us. It's just, I like it better. I don't know. I think I like it better, a little bit better than the plains. Plenty of clay and gravel and things like that for our Tinker's Construct, as well as other things. But let's head back. We'll go look at the base that I'm currently, starting on. Now, what I'm considering doing is tearing down a couple of those shrines and using them as components. I don't know if those shrines mean anything or if they're purely decoration. But if I disassemble 1 or 2 of those, I'd have a pretty good, amount of building materials to start my base with. We've got this desert here, and then we've also got a lot of dried clay and things off in this direction. So this is a glass desert. I noticed they have changed how the chisels operate. That's kind of something that's been interesting to me. But like right over here, we've got this red sand, right? Stuff's kind of crazy. And then you've got the terracotta and light gray terracotta, and there's a whole lot more of that out to the west over there. And so you've got this meeting of the extreme hills biome and the badlands biome, and then this desert biome. That's pretty cool. You really kind of want to have access to quite a few biomes. It would almost be best to build on the meeting point of all 3 of them, but that would require building in the badlands, and I don't like the badlands. I don't like how the sky looks. It bothers me. So there's a lot of exposed ore right here we could also be picking up. Here's some iridium. I need to look at that down the road. So I have done a good job of keeping the villagers alive. And in fact, I've figured out that there's a beautiful trap that I didn't even have to build. The villagers built it for me in this village that has trapped a majority of the villagers. And how I've actually gotten most of my emeralds is simply by farming their wheat. There were a couple of farmers that fell into this trap, and what's happening is they're walking across the ceiling and they're falling down into here, and they can't get out after that. So there's like 4 or 5 villagers just stuck down in there now that I can come along and I can get, you know, right over here and I can open trade with them. So this dude wants string, or he'll give me arrows, and this guy, let's see if I can click him on the nose. Anyways, there's a couple of them down in there that will trade. So like this guy, if I have wheat or if I have potatoes or carrots, he'll give me emeralds. And then if I give him emeralds, you know, he'll give me bread, or if I give him pumpkins, he'll give me emeralds. He'll give me pumpkin pie, all kinds of stuff, right? Now this building has been pretty cool. I haven't figured out how to work everything, but we've got this canola press. It's making canola oil. And then I know outside right here, we've got this fermenting barrel that's fermenting the canola oil into refined canola oil. I'm sure that I'm going to need to figure out how to work that at some point. We've got this little lamp, just a pink lamp and a switch, nothing big there. We'll look into that more later. My wife is talking to me. But one of the coolest parts was this part upstairs. Now, I didn't realize what this thing did before, but there was a block sitting over here of coal. An arborist, huh? For emeralds, he'll give me all kinds of crazy stuff. Alright, anyways. Let's see. Do I have the stuff to make a block of coal? I do. Let's see if we can do this again. And we'll show this real quick. Alright, so we take a block of coal. I think I can just do this. There we go. So we're going to take a block of coal, and it was sitting down right here. Alright. And there's this button here. This is no lens, redstone mode pulse, hold a redstone torch to toggle. Okay. We've got this coal generator, and basically we're burning charcoal, and it's creating crystal flux. I don't know what this does yet, but you know, I don't know what this arborist is doing. I want him to get out of my way because he's kind of making it. Anyways, there's nothing on the other side of this, but up here, so on the side of this generator, you've got this energy laser relay, so it's shooting energy across to another energy laser relay. And I guess it's what's powering this, because this down here shows 300 KRF, right? And this guy shows 60 KRF. But if I hit this button, whoop, it zaps it. The little blue beam comes out of there. And I really, really, really wish we're going to make this guy move. Get out of the way. Anyways, it turned that block of coal into a void crystal block, right? That's pretty cool. And in the process, it pumped a little bit of this power out of this and back over to this. I don't know what this thing is other than it's an atomic reconstructor. Don't know its purpose. That's something that's very new to me. But, you know, at the same time, let's do that one more time. I just, you know, can show it off. This may be something that is not useful at all. I have no idea, like I said. Not something I've ever messed with before. This is new to me in terms of this mod pack. So there we go. Got our block of coal again. I'll just stick that down if I can remember my controls. Right there. And then we hit the button. Blue beam comes out and zaps it. It becomes a void crystal. So I'll have to figure out what these are actually used for, but we've made a few now. And pretty cool little machine. I'm going to want to come pick it up for my... Oh, we get void crystals out of this. Okay. So can I actually take these? I can. Okay. What are these used for? We can use these for making traveler sacks and void sacks and storage crates. Okay. And these. Alright. And then there's empowering. Alright. So that's cool. You can also use it here. What do these do? These get used in some stuff. Range collector. So this is all part of the actually add-ons. Oh, you can make tools out of these. Now that is fancy smancy. Okay. Well, let's take some of these. So we can turn coal into these fancy things. And then, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with them yet. But I feel like I should collect these. So I'm going to take it. Or maybe I'm not. Maybe that's not a good idea. Okay, apparently that was not a good idea. Laser. Thing, I just broke that thing. That sucks. How do you make... Oh, okay. Can I take this? No. You apparently cannot pick these items up. So, I had a cool way to get some cool stuff. I don't anymore. If I find another one of those, I will not break it. And so that dude's willing to trade for honey. I don't need any honey. But I thought I found a dude, I think it's that dude in the crazy blue outfit. He was willing to trade for these crystal things. But before I do, let's make ourselves a sword. So I can defend myself a little better. Because that's cool. So now I got a void crystal sword. Now I'm ready to go to war with kids. I do have most of the villagers trapped. Not all, but most of the villagers are trapped now for their quote-unquote protection. This guy right here. Yeah, look. If I give him an emerald, he'll give me 2 of these. If I give him 13 of these, though, he'll give me an emerald. Doesn't seem like a very legit deal to me, but I'll take the emerald. We'll keep the rest of it for now. Anyways, pretty cool stuff. Is that wool? That is wool, isn't it? Oh, dang. Alright, so another little bag we can make pretty easily if we've got plenty of wool on us is the one for Britannia. So if we take this, and let's get our wool, which should be in here. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll take this. So first thing we'll do is we'll put the flower in here, and that'll give us some petals. If we take those petals and just put 5 wool around them, we'll get a flower pouch. And what this lets us do is we can now just kind of run around picking up all of these flowers that we want from Britannia, and they'll go inside that flower pouch, and we won't have to worry about them taking up inventory space. But when we actually need them down the road for doing Britannia, we'll have them on us. That's kind of nice. I don't think the blue orchid falls into that category. Now there are also some apiaries right here. I do want to do bees, and so I'll probably come and snatch these up later and do some bees soon, but not yet. All right, so for right now, let's head over to where our base is. There's some cotton and stuff here. That's free string, so let's grab it. It's gonna be getting dark soon. We're gonna need to find us a place to go to sleep. Here's some more Britannia flowers, right? Just super easy to just pick them up, so I've got them for later now. And we'll go ahead and drop down here, grab some sleep, grab some Z's. Some flax right here, that's free string. Plus flax seeds. Oh, there's a bunch of birch saplings. Hot dog. Hot dog. Got some horses over here. I actually want to, you look like you would make for a good pony. How about you go back that way? So a big way that I like to start out with getting the animals I'm going to need is I just dig holes like this in the ground and shove them into it until I can build them appropriate pens. That way, you know, I always know now that there's at least a horse sitting right there. And now if I can get him in there. There we go. All right, so we've got a pair of horses now that if we need to and want to, we can, you know, at some point down the road, breed. And if I'm really careful, even better, even better. So I've got some horses trapped. There's other things that we can use horses for as well, such as making glue, as inhumane as that may sound. But, you know, things happen. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Where did my dirt go? Right here. The digging pack is super nice, by the way, for helping you maintain inventory space. So there we go. We've got 4 horses trapped. We'll even go ahead and put a waypoint here. So horses, and we'll put it way up in the sky where it's easy to find. We'll put it at 120. So it's up there. Oh, I do not like that. Let's go into journey map and change that. Show key, show grid, show villagers. don't really care. Well, I don't. It's whatever. Options right there. All right. So waypoint beacons. Rotating beam off. Stationary beam off. All right. There we go. So there we go. Got our waypoint now. We know that our horses are here. We can see it over there on our mini map right here. So easy to get back here in the future if we need to come back. There's also a couple more of the Botania flowers right here. Just grab those. Now these forestry backpacks, they have different modes. If you shift right click, you can set them into locked, receiving, refilling, and you notice my dirt pile is just flying up right now. The bag will catch dirt, but then it will keep me with a constant stack of full dirt if I want it to. I don't want it to right now, so we're just going to stick that back in there. We're going to put that back to regular. All right, so that was a good find on those horses. There were a bunch of animals up in those extreme hills. That's part of why I'm really thinking I want to move my base over to there. Oh, these are all Botania flowers. Are those? These are new to me. What are these? Rustic ginseng root. Okay. And yeah, we're going to be moving at a very slow pace in this pack. I'm not going to be trying to rush or, get through things as quickly as I can. I'm going to take my time with both the episodes and with what we're doing. And I'm just going to try to feel all, because, I'm kind of out of play and I'm really rusty. And so I really want to kind of feel out what I'm doing in each one. And, hopefully you guys will post up some questions. Hopefully some of you guys will actually subscribe and I'll be able to answer those questions and we'll just have a good time together exploring this little pack. This is supposedly the largest pack that the Feed the Beast team has ever made, so that's pretty cool. We're just going to slow it all down a little bit. And I wish these gave white dye, but they don't. It's kind of silly that you can't get white dye from those, in my opinion. All right, so right over here is where I've kind of been setting up shop. We'll head that way as soon as we stop freeze framing. Now, I was extending the platform on this marble temple thing right here. And I have already begun setting up some farms in this area. So I could really just go and capture some animals and bring them back here and keep this as my base. But what I've actually done work-wise is not difficult to do. In fact, I've just set up some very minimalistic farms. We've got carrots right here. I've got some flax right there, which I've gathered a whole bunch of flax seeds up just now. So let's kind of, there we go, finish that one out. And I'm not really even making serious use of the farmland right now. I've got everything divided into little 3x3 piles just to let it grow. I've got a bunch of wheat going. I've got some Pam's Harvest Craft cotton going back here. I love Pam's. Is AgriCraft part of this? Oh, that's too bad. I really enjoyed AgriCraft. I always thought it was an excellent mod. Anyway, as far as what we've gathered up so far, I have not really done a whole lot. So if you remember, I found these wooden storage crates in town. They're what I've been kind of keeping everything in, and they're I'm starting to fill them up a little bit, but that's okay. Now that I've got backpacks, we'll be able to move our entire base if we need to. I've got a couple of furnaces, nothing major going. We've gathered a little marble. I haven't really done much of a whole lot. Mostly just doing some quality of life stuff. Now we've got a sword. That's cool. I've got this small storage crate. Now, I don't know. This thing's actually pretty large, by the way. Watch this. Look at this. Oh, and so you can. It actually can hold. Nice. An iron casing. All right. So we can literally just put everything from my bag into this and it will hold it. And that is freaking amazing. That is really cool. And this is a carryable inventory. What are these wood casings used for? So we can make fermenting barrels with them, LPEX slot device, compost. We actually can make the small storage with these. So we'll take one wood casing, some planks, and 4 chests and make one of these. That is a really nice form of transportable storage. It's massive. I wish you could skin them. That'd be sick. And then, oh, that did not work out so well as I had hoped it would. That's interesting. Okay, hold on. So when I first picked that up, it had no... So how did I get it last time? And it allowed it to keep all of its inventory. I don't understand. Can it only keep things from actually additions? Is that what's going on? Let's experiment. I thought it was a little better than it is. I mean, the other way was kind of broken. That's really weird. I wonder how it did it the first time. That's very strange because when I put it down, it still had stuff inside of it. I'll have to do some reading on those, but that's pretty cool just the same. All right, so there was another backpack that I showed you guys that I would like to go ahead and get made, and it takes a little bit of this clay. So we'll just get the other pieces that we need out of here. So we're going to need some wool, and we're going to need some string. String can end up in the foresting backpack or the hunting backpack, just so you're aware. And then we need our handy dandy builder. Okay, and we'll go chest. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and this will be the builder's pack. There we go. So this lets you hold things like this guy, right? The furnace, because I don't need a furnace in my bag. And so it can just go straight. Well, it used to. Wait, maybe that's that's not right. It'll hold finished goods like smooth stone and bricks and things like that. There is another one. Don't use the adventurer's pack right here unless your server's admins have set it up to be used correctly. It will not work right. All right. Then there are also these basic backpacks right here that can be upgraded. Iron, gold, diamond. And then there are satchels. Satchels are probably my favorite. What? I guess it's saying you can dye them. That's interesting. All right. So the botanist. I don't know if the botanist works. I know the apiarist works. I do not think the lepidopterist works. That's for butterflies, at least last time I checked. Anyways, so I just wanted to show you guys how I was building the backpacks, some of the exploration that I'd done, and kind of what I was thinking about doing as far as the base goes since the last episode. We still haven't done a whole lot yet, and I may just decide to just go ahead and set up here because I do kind of have a nice thing going. I do know where the extreme hills are, so it's not a hard thing for me to get over there to them, and I'll figure it out soon. As always, guys, if you liked it, make sure you're smashing that like button for me. And if you want to keep seeing more of me, hit that sub button. I'm trying really hard to press back up to 1,000 subs, and I can't do it without y'all's help. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you're clicking that for me. If you want notifications for when I live stream, because I do every night at about 7 to 9, somewhere in there, click the little bell icon. It'll also let you know when I put up new content, new videos. Thank you all very much for taking the time to watch, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.